What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, managing editor, FightfulWrestling.com. Go over there, get all your wrestling news. We got plenty of it. It is July 16th. We are here to talk about Smackdown Live. We have a Raw post-show, Extreme Rules, and Fight for the Fallen all up in our archives, podcast platforms everywhere. We could not make it easier for you guys to follow. A reminder, if you want your question or comment read live on the air on YouTube, donate a super chat. Any amount will make it happen. But hey, if you want to ask unlimited questions, subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. That's our premium service. I answered over 60 questions on today's Q&A show. I love doing that. That is just incredible. And if you all aren't subscribed to Fightful Select, you guys are missing out. Had a lot of stuff up today. An exclusive on Sean Spears getting a manager. Some exclusive info on Daniel Bryan. A lot of people worried about him considering this big announcement. Lots of stuff over there. So check that out. It's the most direct way to support us. But you can always leave us a thumbs up or just subscribe here on YouTube. I am joined tonight by Alex Pawlowski. Alex, how you doing?
Good. Good. It's one of those things where they do a great job of setting up possibilities for cool, new, interesting things, and then going, nah, just kidding, we're not
gonna. Then they roll a gutter ball.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what happened. Town Hall. We see Kevin Owens backstage being told by Shane McMahon that he has the night off from SmackDown. Then we see the setup for Town Hall. The main thing I learned from this is that AOP are on SmackDown.
Yeah, I guess they are.
But then again, there were a ton of Raw wrestlers on the show.
Because Drew's there and he's not. And Roman's on Raw so often that I actually forgot he was on SmackDown. So, whatever. It's just a thing. We just have to live with it.
Well, the setup for the Town Hall is ready. Roman is the first person to sound off, and I kind of like that. He is the big dog. He is the leader of all that stuff. So why not? He tells Shane to kiss his ass and says that nobody respects him. Charlotte can't believe that Roman Reigns says that and thanks Shane. This brings out Liv Morgan, who has not wrestled on TV since WrestleMania, Alex.
Yep.
But she was moved to SmackDown, away from Sarah Logan, who also has nothing going on.
Right.
Not like WWE needs tag teams or anything.
Nope. No, that division is dead in the water.
So do you remember last night when I said that the Seth Rollins line, for once in your life, was tired?
Yes.
They went right back to it tonight with Liv.
It's a Vince-ism. Like, it's a thing that he likes, that everyone puts in the things because he likes it. I mean, it's been a thing that has been in scripted promos for years. So he's the constant. He's the one who approves it every single time.
It is a pain in the ass, man. It's like the mic drop to Vince. Like that's how he sees it. I did like Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy was brought up to the microphone to sound off on what Kevin Owens said, and he was like, "Hey, listen, Kevin Owens brought me up, but he doesn't need to bring me up. He needs to keep my name out of his mouth, and I'm going to slap the taste out of his mouth the next time I see him," which would lead you to believe, like, hey, why doesn't Buddy Murphy go up to Shane McMahon later and say, hey, how about a match tonight, homeboy?
Well, in the moment, it was, oh, my God, they're going to do Kevin Owens versus Buddy Murphy. I can't wait for that. It's going to be amazing. I mean, they wouldn't have him, like, come out and say, hey, Kevin Owens, keep my name out your mouth. And then not give us that match, and then give us a match that we don't want instead. They'd never do that, Sean. So I was justifiably excited about the possibility of getting Buddy Murphy, who again is one of the greatest workers they have on the roster, and yet doesn't get to wrestle, against Kevin Owens, who when you put him in the ring with an amazing worker, like shines out like nobody else. So guess we're going to have to wait for that one if we ever actually do get it.
Apollo, Cruz, and Andrade went at it, and I was like, man, didn't they feud a few months ago? No, they feuded 2 weeks ago. They had a match.
2 weeks.
Well, they ran that one back. This was a waste of time. But then after that, Cesaro shows up, and Shane McMahon says, hey, you're on Raw. What are you doing here? Like it matters.
I know.
And Cesaro, with that big old set of balls he has,
yep,
says, but I am the wild card. Like it matters.
I know. It doesn't
Just
matter.
say, Shane, who gives a shit?
Right. Yeah, they didn't take your advice and go with that whole you could retcon the wild card out of existence in this segment if you wanted to. It would take 12 seconds, and they didn't. That's gonna be a thing forever now.
Well, they ran this town hall to get Shane to schedule 2 rematches.
Yeah, I mean they ran it so that he could not be challenged by anybody. I mean, like Roman did. Kind of, and they said, "Well, then Roman said peace out and walked to the back." So yeah, good to put your money where your mouth is, there, big dog. But he says, "I'm going to fine you," and then anybody else who spoke up against him got put into matches that they lost. So, ooh, what a comeuppance for Shane McMahon.
So there is Shane standing in the ring. Kevin Owens shows up and hits him with a stunner. Kind of, he missed the first one.
Well. Yeah, he missed it. Shane just fell down after the kick to the stomach.
Yeah.
Yep.
So up next, of course, we get Alistair Black and Cesaro, or as I like to call it, why?
Well, why? Here's the deal. Here's what I thought going into this. I was like, listen, I loved their match at Extreme Rules. I thought it was great. And I thought to myself, as much as I'd like to see them do it again, there are only 2 outcomes that come out of this. One, 50-50 booking, and the feud continues. Now, the feud continuing is great. 50-50 booking, not so great. Or Alistair Black beats Cesaro again, and now we're back to Cesaro not really meaning anything because, he shot his shot, and he missed badly.
Is Aiden English that busy right now? You couldn't have just put him in there against a new guy, spent a couple minutes, and had him get black masked in the face.
I mean, you could have done that too. There's other people certainly that could have been there. I like that they're making Alistair Black really strong. I think that's good. The problem is now I don't know where they go with this. They don't have a lot of really credible upper mid card heels that he can beat. They do, but that guy apparently, we'll find out later, is in the WWE title picture. So okay.
Man, so this match happened. Hey, I want to put over Cesaro's chin lock. He blocked the hip, and as soon as he stopped blocking the hip, Alistair Black got out of it. Black hits a big moonsault, a stiff knee, and black mass. I loved that he knocked Cesaro's mouthpiece out. Yep. But there was not a damn thing in this match you couldn't have done Sunday.
No, you could have added
all
this stuff. The mouthpiece bit could have been the finish of the match on Sunday as well. It was a run back. It wasn't anything new or spectacular. This was a placeholder episode 4 weeks out from your second biggest show of the year and the biggest show of the summer. So, I mean, can you really be having placeholder episodes at this point?
Pain in the ass, man. Pain in the ass. Alistair Black continues to get pushed. I want to wish happy birthday to one of our mods, our social media guys, Kyler. Want to definitely send him happy birthday wishes. I know it's tough to overcome considering the fact that he lives in San Antonio. So my condolences there. That city sucks, but Kyler does not, and we appreciate him very much.
Yep.
Follow him at K Sports. That's KHAY Sports on Twitter. By the way, speaking of mods, guys, don't put dumb sexist shit in our chats, our live chats, because I've given our mods free range to just wield the ban hammer and just stomp your guys' asses if you all do that. So don't do it, okay? Because you won't be commenting on our live shows anymore. Alex Anderson sends a super chat and says, watch 0 minutes of SmackDown because I'm in the hospital with the birth of my daughter. Alex, what do I have to look forward to in being a girl dad? Well, here we go. I'm excited for this.
I mean, I don't want to get mushy. My daughter's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm very lucky.
Alex.
I know. Well, you're a close second, Sean, but my wife's third. But I'm lucky enough to like be a stay-at-home dad where I get to spend all kinds of time with her, and she's developing really, really fast. And this person who like has conversations and makes choices. I don't want to read that book, Daddy. I want to read this book. Like as much as you can, like just spend as much time with her as you can, and you'll be amazed at the kind of progress she makes, especially when she gets out of being a baby and starts being a toddler. Like every day she shocks me with something new that she knows.
Aaron J's fan says the 3 women's matches did not even take up half of what the women's matches on Raw combined. I don't know if that's a bad thing necessarily. The Raw match was a bad thing, but yes, these matches should have been longer, without a doubt. I agree. Chris Williams says, thought New Day was going to do a Blue Chew plug. They kind of did. I mean, they segued for my homeboys at Blue Chew. Shout out to them. They're not I don't have them listed as a sponsor tonight, but I still love them. Liv Morgan takes on Charlotte Flair. This was quick. Liv takes or does a nice Hurricane Rana, a skateboard stomp, and a couple other things. But Flair wins with a power bomb and a figure 8. Now, the thing I thought was funny was Liv Morgan says, people like you are why people like me don't get chances. And I'm like, Liv, you should have showed up to SmackDown in the last month then, because Charlotte wasn't anywhere.
No, I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's a problem. Like, what she's saying is true, and what she's saying is false. Like, the people like Charlotte are why people like Liv don't get title shots, but not Charlotte keeping Liv specifically out of a title shot. That's not the case currently. But I mean, I did like seeing her come out and saying that calling Charlotte out for being a kiss ass, and it made sense. And I like seeing a little fire in Liv. I like seeing her on TV. I think honestly that she made a lot of great strides as part of the Riot Squad. Never won a match, but looked good in defeat many times. And now she's been separated from the Riot Squad. Still has the same music, of course, because Lord knows they don't have other things out there in the files that they could just dial up an MP3 for. But yeah, okay, cool. I'm glad that you're back, Liv. And I was interested that she was saying, hey, Charlotte, why are you so fake? And Charlotte says, why are you so fake, blue tongue? And she kind of got her there. You know what I mean?
Well, I felt Liv's showing was very good. Afterwards, she rips Corey Graves' headset off and says that Charlotte was right, and now she's going to be real. Yeah. What the hell do you think that means?
When I come back, I'm going to be real. Now, I like that she was limping. Really,
she's going to team with Ja Rule.
It's possible.
I'm Real remix. I knew it.
Yeah, it's possible. I love the idea of her getting a character makeover. I mean, because people do like the Harley Quinn thing, but like the pink hair, blue tongue, skater girl ethos was just going nowhere. Like if they had made it into something, it would be great. But right now, it's kind of a punchline, and to get separated from that and go somewhere else. Somewhere where when Ruby Riott comes back, they can't just shuffle Liv back over and have her be part of that. Like, get them as far away as possible. I'm interested in seeing what Liv can do with a different gimmick.
I mean, let's be honest. The best way to stand out on a WWE roster among women is to not have your hair dyed, not have crazy things on, all that stuff. Just be normal, because everybody has that except for like Bayley.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Otherwise, I thought that Liv did very good. She hasn't been on TV in 3 months, really. So I'm glad to see her back in the fold. Ember Moon announced, she had her mystery partner against Fire and Desire. It's Bayley. Fire and Desire take over briefly. It does not last. Bayley to belly on Sonya. Eclipse on Mandy Rose. I guess actual tag teams don't need wins in the division, but at the very least, they're doing this to set up something else. There's nothing to talk about in the match. Nothing happened.
No, the Eclipse looked nice. Yeah, that's about it. It always looks nice, but it looked nice tonight.
But after the match, Bayley issues a friendly challenge to Ember Moon for SummerSlam, which Ember Moon gleefully accepts.
Yes.
Now, Tom Phillips was quick to say, this isn't official, but as Andrew, Jeremy, and I joke, they always wait until 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Mm-hmm. Like half an hour after SmackDown, when we're like, all right, all the news from SmackDown's done.
Yeah.
And then they announce it.
Yeah. Somebody, Zim, I mentioned saying, so Bayley gets to just choose her opponents now? Like it's a thing that's a thing that she does
based on the depth of the roster.
I mean, there's a thing. I wouldn't have minded saying, okay, well, basically you have a feud going on here with Ember Moon and Fire and Desire. So pick one of those two, have Ember beat that person in a match, and that's what gets her the championship, as opposed to Bayley being like, somebody, Kayla Braxton, whoever it was in the ring says, hey, well, have you thought about who you'd like to defend against? And she's like, she literally puts a finger to her lips and goes, who should it be? Oh, this person standing next to me. How about that? I mean, that can't be the best way of choosing your opponent. But
she just looked around and she asked, how does Ember Moon fit into this?
Right, which is what everyone should be asking, honestly. I'm over the moon, no pun intended, that Ember's going to get a title shot. And I think that's great. I think on a huge stage like SummerSlam, couldn't be better. I don't know if they have any plans of putting the strap on her in that way. Certainly, a friendly challenge is not usually the way you have a title change hands. But there are a few weeks left of SmackDown to build this friendly rivalry into something less friendly.
Somebody says, did Bischoff start? I guess not. No, he didn't. Not only did he not start, he was doing a podcast towards like the end of SmackDown. Like he was not involved in tonight's show. Backstage, Mustapha Ali congratulates Shinsuke Nakamura and indicates he wants to challenge him for the Intercontinental title. Alex, how do you feel?
Well, this is the greatest night of my wrestling fandom, obviously. Ember Moon gets a title shot. Mustapha Ali is basically already the Intercontinental champ. I'm just going to say that right now. This has potential of making a great feud out of this. Mustafa, I'm still going to call him that. Taking away his first name was stupid. Ali's a dumb single name. It just is. Mustafa's...
and let me just say, real shitty for search engine optimization.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, true. You want somebody to Google him? Good luck, buddy. You might find him on, like, page 40.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I think that it's a shame that he hasn't been wrestling, because what he does in the ring is very special, and people should be exposed to that. Now we'll see where this goes, but I'm glad that they're turning over this IC belt into something where it's like the whole no automatic rematches thing is great for these mid-card titles, because then you can see people moving on from that. Ricochet is still involved with AJ, but Finn's doing his own thing. He's getting Sister Abigail'd. So now Shinsuke's got to have somebody to work with. He has been working triple threat matches at the house shows with him and Mustafa and Finn. So they've been planning this thing out. I'm sure they got a lot of spots worked out. I'm looking forward to the match.
I am too. R-Truth, hiding in a washing machine backstage, says he doesn't know how Kane does it because there's no room in there. Carmella says, well, let's go to somewhere where you can hide in plain sight. And they're going to the San Diego Comic-Con. That could be fun, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make predictions here. And by us, I mean you. What do you see happening at San Diego Comic-Con?
I think it'll be a lot of him in masks and stuff. But not like in full cosplay where it's impossible to check it. I feel like he'll be walking around like wearing an R-Truth shirt and the belt around his waist, but like a mask on. Like, I mean, I don't know exactly who it would be, but maybe The Rock. I think they'd probably do something like that, something tongue-in-cheek like that. I didn't know if you saw the social media thing of Drake Maverick walking around putting flyers on car windows in his underwear, but he seems to be broken by the whole thing.
I love it.
We'll
what else I love on social media? I just saw Matt Riddle tweet a GIF of him doing the jackhammer on Sunday night. Clever.
Very nice.
Andy Quigley says, can WWE make Dolph interesting? Not to me, not unless he's involved in a team or a trio. And the thing is, I saw him in a team last year with Drew McIntyre, and he was interesting to me.
Yeah.
But he's not right now.
Nope.
Rob Wilkins says, congrats to Hannah for her acceptance in mass communications. Yeah, one of our mods, Hannah Moore, got accepted into a program for mass communication. She's going to do great. Avery Dunn, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Reminder, guys, if you want your question or statement read on the air, donate a super chat. But my Q&A show is up on Fightful Select now. Go on over there and subscribe. New Day come out. They do their thing. They say that they want to give Rowan and Daniel Bryan a rematch, Alex. Now, Daniel Bryan had teased a career-altering announcement. And on Fightful Select today, we posted there for subscribers. It is not injury-related. A lot of people were concerned, especially after he was pulled from last night's Battle Royal, that it might be injury-related. When I say he was pulled, I mean he was advertised when it wasn't supposed to go out and then pulled from that. Not injury-related. He comes out, leaves 3 different times, teases them, and then drops the mic. So we didn't get the announcement. What do you think the announcement will be?
I don't know. He says it's career altering, someplace he's never gone before.
205 Live.
I mean, listen, a guy like Daniel Bryan, who we know is all about the work and all about the wrestling, I wouldn't put it past him to say, I want to work with these guys because they're great. And because I'm working with them, maybe he'll get some more eyes on them. I don't know if it's going to be 205 Live, but just the idea of him being like, well, this is somebody I've never he loves the wrestling. So that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be something interesting. I don't know. I mean, there's the possibility people were saying that he might go back to NXT and wrestle a match versus Adam Cole or something. I don't know. I just hope it's not like this is a career-altering thing, and then it's just something stupid. Like it should be like pay off your big promo where you said it's going to change everything. I want to see the payoff.
Well, Samoa Joe, Elias, and Randy Orton come out respectively and make their cases for a title match. New Day challenge the 3 for a 6-man tag match, and Orton goes, 6-man tag? Nah. Leaves.
Yeah.
I love that. Why wouldn't he?
Why? It's perfect.
Oh, man. Holy crap. Zack Schemmel with a big $50 super chat. He's also a subscriber to our $50 tier on Fightful Select. The man. He's done several retro reviews with us. He says, first, happy birthday to my favorite mod, Kyler. Ooh, shots fired at everybody else. Second, sending much love to the Fightful family and Fightful. I shall never not support Fightful. Okay, so Blue Chew didn't sponsor the show, but he said, if you want your jackhammer to keep on hammering, use Blue Chew using code Fightful. And hey, we can't promise nobody will get a concussion when you're slinging that jackhammer around. Big thanks to Zack Schemmel. Our next edition of the Retro Review, which drops in August, is one that he is on with myself and Warren. It is WWE Armageddon 08. Avery Dunn said, we time traveled back to October 7th, 2017 with champs and feuds. It does seem all too familiar, Alex.
Yeah, they don't like doing different things. There's an opportunity here as we're moving forward to build new stars so that nostalgia episodes aren't necessary to pop a rating. Like if you build new stars, I don't know who the nostalgia people are going to be in 20 years. Like everyone who's showing up next Monday is going to be dead. So they're not building new stars to be able to do this again.
So New Day managed to get Randy Orton to come back by making a limp dick joke, which, what am I going to say? I can't believe that. That's not my kind of humor. Like, come on.
This is beyond the pale, Mr. E.
If I don't make limp dick jokes, you all are looking at a podcast. It's like this. Literally no lights on at all. The bills aren't getting paid at Fightful without limp dick jokes. Hey, I'll turn that one back on. But the match unfolds. Kofi Kingston hits a great mushroom stomp on Samoa Joe. New Day all take turns on offense. The thing that stood out to me, Alex, it is amazing how white hot Elias was last year and how not he is this year.
Yeah, it's I mean, like he comes. Here's the thing: if you told me a year ago when he was white hot, that heading into SummerSlam, he was ostensibly one of the 3 top contenders for the WWE title on SmackDown, I'd believe it. But looking at him now, it's a joke. It's a joke that he comes out there and says, "Excuse me, Samoa Joe, but I think I deserve to be the next title contender." Are you kidding me? Like, not the way they've been booking you, pal. I'm sorry, but it's just not. That's not how it works. If this is the top, if these are your top contenders on SmackDown, you've done something wrong. Like Randy Orton, to me, he's just stale. Like he's a move. He is a move. If he hits that move, he wins. If he doesn't hit that move, he loses. That's the match. I don't find him interesting whatsoever. Elias, they've booked into oblivion. Samoa Joe can't win any matches. What's going on? These can't be your top guys that are going into a WWE title feud for SummerSlam. It just can't be.
Jesse Davin, one of our mods, says, "Stop wrestling in jeans and maybe we win." Hey, look what I did for Dean Ambrose. John Moxley.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know. We get a bunch of time-killing work during the break, but Orton gets Woods with a sing bomb. Kofi gets the hot tag, goes back and forth with Orton. Everybody gets their shots in. Joe chokes out Xavier outside the ring, and Orton pins Kofi with an RKO. Now, I like this program. Again, I would protect Kofi at all costs because you have some people who just keep thinking of excuses that are not like the Kofi reign. Like, oh, he's presented as this, he's presented as that. Well, before the last 3 weeks, he's been presented as a winner.
Right.
And I really think somebody else should have eaten the pin, perhaps while Kofi couldn't do anything to prevent it.
Right.
I would love Kofi to repeatedly be gotten to by Orton, but I don't necessarily want to see him beaten repeatedly because we went months without him losing, and then we saw him get pinned by Dolph Ziggler, choked out by Samoa Joe, and pinned by Randy Orton in about a month.
Yeah.
I ain't keen on that. I am keen on Orton versus Kofi because there is story to tell here, Alex, and a hell of a lot of it.
Yeah, it's just a story from a decade ago. And I mean, continuity is good, but Randy Orton is, as Corey Graves is so fond of saying, it's a "what have you done for me lately" league, and Orton has not done anything for me lately. So, I mean, this is my opinion. I find him stale. So I'm not interested in this feud. And I mean, so Raw last night says, "Hey, we had all these opportunities to give you something new and fresh for the Universal title." Just kidding. It's going to be Brock versus Seth in a rematch. You all knew it was going to happen, but we decided to go for a roundabout way to get there. Isn't this the most boring thing we could possibly do? And SmackDown said, "Hold my beer." Because really, Randy Orton, like, I don't find any of his work compelling. Like, the storyline maybe, but I'm not going to like be on pins and needles watching the match. And if they do the unthinkable and take the title off of Kofi and give it to Randy, like, that's just death. Like, I don't need to see Randy holding the belt on Tuesdays and, God forbid, Brock holding the belt on Mondays. Like, it's the Spider-Man meme pointing at each other.
I think that they got to tell this story for Kofi. They've got to.
They have to do that perfectly in order to have any chance of suckering me into this feud.
I think this is too much of a slam dunk to not do, regardless of how the match ends up. You got all the history with Orton and Kofi, and you got to reference it. You got to bring it up. You got to even have Randy mention, "Why do you think you were in a tag team for so long?" It's because I went above and beyond to ruin your career, yada, yada. You got to make Randy the asshole that everybody at least wants to believe he is. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, the Kabuki Warriors defeated the IKonics via countout. Right out of the gate, Kabuki Warriors have some great tandem offense on Peyton. Peyton ties up Asuka in the ropes and hits a kick, but the IKonics get themselves counted out because why wouldn't they?
Yeah,
that's them.
That's exactly who they are. I would be shocked if they had done anything different. And the problem is that, yeah, that's your tag division. You have the Kabuki Warriors, and I do hate that name, Asuka and Kairi Sane, who are great and would be excellent champs. And I believe they made a challenge to the IKonics 2 months ago. Like, it feels like it's been that long. honestly, it may be 6 weeks ago. Like, I don't even think when I say 8 weeks ago is very much hyperbole. It's been a long time since they first made that challenge, and finally we get that match, and yay, the IKonics did what they should do and get counted out because that's who they are, and there's nobody else in this tag division. So, I mean, I'm assuming we're going to get a match at SummerSlam where the IKonics aren't allowed to get counted out, and then you put the belts on Kairi and Asuka as they should, and great. And I guess they feud with Fire and Desire, but I mean, there really isn't a women's tag team division, so to speak of. It's
there should be.
There really should be.
You can just, well, you can't do the Riot Squad now, even though Sarah's still using the damn music. But whenever Ruby gets back, it's there. You can do it.
Yeah.
You've got Fire and Desire. You've got the IKonics. You've got the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah.
You've got the Horsewomen on NXT because you can do all these that you want. You can go on any brand you want.
My dream team, my dream partner for Ruby when she gets back. I think they need to bring up Rhea Ripley. I think the two of them together could be excellent together and just wreck shop and take over that division. I think that'd be a really good thing to have. Really powerful heels at the top of that division to everybody else chase it.
Apollo Crews defeated Andrade. This is a rematch of a match that happened 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, and Andrade even attacks Apollo before the bell like he's done before.
Mm-hmm.
So you get like the greatest hits of this feud. Apollo still agrees to do the match. Andrade jumps all over him, but after the total ass whooping, Apollo just crucifixes him and beats him. It's just really similar to the thing we saw last night with Cedric Alexander and Drew McIntyre, only neither one are nearly as over because Mustapha or Cedric at least had the thing with Roman Reigns the week before.
Yeah, this just seems like it's just a thing to do in the middle of the card that doesn't really do anything for either guy. I was thinking to myself, man, it really feels like because they mentioned, like Corey Graves mentioned, as from the time when Apollo Crews came into NXT, blah blah blah, and I was like, man, it feels like he's been on the main roster for 10 times as long as he was in NXT, and it's not that far off. Like, he was in that 6-pack challenge for the #1 contendership to the SmackDown title on the first night after the draft, the original draft. Like, he's been around for a while. Like, as long as you and I have been talking about SmackDown and Raw, he's been up on the main roster, and they haven't really done anything with him. And I don't want to see that happen to a guy like Andrade. Like, he can't be mired in this kind of stuff. This is the kind of guy that you could easily book strongly and get to a point where he's just below the top contenders. I mean, he should be more believable as a top foil for Kofi than Elias, for crying out loud. But you got him down here just mucking it up with Apollo Crews, who hasn't been used for anything.
And they got 50-50 accordingly.
Exactly. It's just treading water, trying not to drown.
Big pain in the ass. Pooh boy. Well, it's main event time. Ziggler talks Shane into letting him face Kevin Owens tonight.
Why would Shane agree to this? Why would Shane say, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're the guy who's going to kick some sense into Kevin Owens, considering how well you did against him 2 nights ago. Like, why? Why wouldn't he say, Dolph, hey, you know what? Why don't you take a seat? I got this new guy over here, Buddy Murphy. He seems to have a much better shot at it, considering that you don't. Like, I don't understand why. And then Dolph saying, it's okay. I know Kevin left, but I can get things done. Since when has that been true, WWE? You can't just say things and make them so. Like, I don't understand why I'm supposed to believe that Dolph has the stroke to get this match together. What? Since when?
I agree. I'm with you. It didn't make any damn sense.
None whatsoever.
So I thought one of 3 things should have happened in this match. Kevin Owens won again in 5 seconds. Bray Wyatt attacked Ziggler. Or Kevin Owens won in 3 seconds. Neither happened. None of them happened.
Yep.
Tope con hilo. Then he 8 knees on a swanton, did Owens. Then Ziggler starts working him over.
Yeah.
Why do we need this? Why did we watch the Pape? Why? Why do we need Cesaro to face Alistair Black again? Have him Black Mass one of the B team.
Yeah.
Why is Kevin Owens facing Ziggler? Why isn't it Buddy Murphy? The slam dunk right there.
Yeah, it was a thing. Everyone's like, because nobody knows who Buddy Murphy is. Okay, here's the deal. They do know who Kevin Owens is. They love this arc. The Kevin Owens arc could not be more white hot. So this is exactly where you give a rub to the new guy.
And here's the thing, Alex. Ziggler didn't get beaten.
Yeah.
So that's even more of a rub. Like, Buddy doesn't have to lose this match.
Buddy could have shown out, done all of his amazing stuff, and actually and had Kevin Owens on the ropes for a while before Kevin Owens mounts a comeback, hits a stunner, and then you have the exact same end of the match as you do before with Shane pulling out Dolph. He eats another stunner. This time he actually takes it right, and Kevin Owens runs away. That's how you do it. But you do it Buddy Murphy instead of Dolph Ziggler, who nobody cares about. But you can actually make people care about Buddy Murphy.
And at least he isn't too far gone. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm like, damn, please team Ziggler and Miz, for the love of God. The Cleveland Connection, the Cleveland Crappers, whatever you want to call them, the Cleveland Steamers for all I care.
Yeah.
Just something different that we haven't seen a million times. So Faymaster, Crippler Crossface, interesting selection of a submission move for Dolph Ziggler. Big DDT hits for him, but Owens gets a super kick and a swanton. All the heels come out to the ring.
Yeah.
Because, heels are dicks to everybody, but they all get along.
Oh, they all get along, and they all love their dick of a manager. Their dick not manager, authority figure. Their boss, that guy, man, he's great. I love how he's horrible to everybody, including, all of us, but that's fine. Whatever. Like,
as Alex said, they all love their dick, and if you want everybody to love your dick, Shane must be taking his Blue Chew.
Yeah, you must.
That's all I'll say. Code Fightful. There's a free one for you guys. Kevin Owens is a babyface, and babyfaces are dumbasses, so he gets zigzagged. But then he hits a stunner. When Shane pulls him out, he hits another stunner and just runs off like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
That's the show, and we are 36 minutes in, and we are done with SmackDown.
Yeah. So here's my pitch for next week's Raw reunion, which is going to be like running old episodes of the Attitude Era through that face aging app.
Did that today.
This is such a great opportunity to do something different, which is to not have all these geriatrics hit their old finishers on the revival or whatever. You could. They're never going to do this. Again, let's preface this as we did last night. They're never going to do this. But you could easily run an angle where all these guys who got brought up from NXT over the past couple of years and did shit with, they did nothing with. They decide, you know what? We're sick and tired of taking your finishers every few months when you guys decide to show up. So we're going to fight back. And you could actually have this whole thing where all these guys who nobody knows, like for example, the Nexus, which was an amazing angle until they decided, Super Cena is going to take them all out. Like, you could do that, but not have it suck. And all these other guys, that NXT was a completely different thing back then. NXT now, all these guys, and I don't even think you need to bring up guys from NXT currently to start this whole thing. You've got enough guys on the roster right now who've been mismanaged. And all the guys who got brought up, they got to choose sides. They got to choose sides. They got to figure out if they're going to be with the new guys or going to side with the old guard. And the best part is then you actually make Triple H pick a side. Like, that could be a really cool thing where if he decides, actually, I'm the ringleader of these guys, there's all kinds of things you could do that are options that actually get rid of this whole everything's about nostalgia. We love the things that happened 20 years ago. We don't care about the things that are going to happen 3 years from now. And that can't be how you run your business. It just can't. There are other things you can do. I don't need to see a bunch of, old guys too sweeting each other in the ring next week. Just please don't.
So we haven't done this for a while. I've kind of forgotten. Who's your SmackDown MVP tonight?
Kevin Owens, I guess, because he stuns Shane McMahon. So that's good. I mean, I don't even know who are the other options.
Not it.
I mean, unless you want to go, hey, Randy, But like, I'm never gonna give the MVP to Randy. I'm sorry, I'm never gonna do that.
I think it's probably him, honestly. Probably Owens, though. Owens got involved in multiple segments. Beginning segment, end segment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he keeps getting around security. I mean, that's the thing in and of its own self.
Yeah. So the questions we have, what will happen to Liv Morgan? What is Daniel Bryan's career-altering announcement? What's going to happen with R-Truth at the San Diego Comic-Con? But you guys don't have to question where to get your pro wrestling coverage. Fightfulwrestling.com. Leave us a thumbs up if you're watching this video live on YouTube. Share it on Twitter. That stuff really helps. Facebook, all that stuff. Avery Dunn sent a super chat and said, is Alex pitching the New Blood WCW angle?
I mean, yeah, but it won't suck. In this whole thing is that this is my dream. So there's no more like terrible booking when guys get brought up from NXT. They actually get booked strong to go over some of the old guys who aren't being used right. Otherwise, yeah, the New Blood angle was terrible, but it didn't have to be. It was just booked poorly. You could actually do this and do it right.
Follow Alex at Pawlowski the Fourth. Follow me at Sean Ross Sapp. Follow us at Fightful Wrestle. Alex, Mr. Warren Hayes just popped up and said, Gable and Gallagher just put on a match of the year contender.
I can't wait.
Until next time, guys, happy birthday to Kyler. We're out.